Welcome back, everyone. I am back with a few games where I'll be utilizing the same strategy that I was talking about in my last video. So, if you haven't watched that last video already, I think you should do so now before watching this one. I'm not gonna comment on the build order because I do that in depth in my last video. So, instead, I guess I can talk to you about what I do in terms of scouting. This is something a lot of you have asked me for to... How do you actually scout in Age of Mythology? So here, the first thing I want to scout for is a good secondary hunt source. Because right now I've got the one here, the pack of deer right here, but I need a good secondary one. And I want it to be somewhere here optimally in the screen right there. So that's the first thing I'll be scouting for. I'm versus Magic, by the way. Magic, he just came back recently. Obviously one of the GOATs of this game, but maybe a bit rusty right now. Nevertheless, very high level player and not an easy opponent to go against. But I find some very good hunt right here, and this means I don't have to scout my own side anymore. I go directly over to his side now. Well, actually, I'm going to find a good spot for my temple. That's the second thing I do. So I almost have that 80 wood, and I just built the temple somewhere in the middle, maybe a bit behind the middle is where I usually aim to build the temple at. You see, back home I am doing that same build order I did in the last video, and everything is going just fine. I'll be running up here when this new villager is arriving. But yeah, in terms of scouting, what was I saying? I have already found everything I need here. I have my gold mine, that's obviously going to last me for a long while. And then these guys are going to go onto wood afterwards, and this will be my hunt spot for a long while. So I don't need to scout my own side anymore at all. So once I've built this temple, my Ulfsar can go and scout this side. And the Herser will assist in that as well. Just something to keep in mind when you're scouting is be mindful of what it is you're actually scouting for. A lot of people, I imagine, will just try to clean up the black from the minimap as if they're cleaning windows. And that's not right. That's not how you're supposed to scout. You gotta ask yourself, what is it I need? Well, I need a secondary hunt. That's all I really need here. And then I want to find out where my opponent's hunt is. I want to see how their map is, because I'm going aggressive. And yeah, that's my goal. Cleaning out all of the black over on this side here would be nice, I guess, but it wouldn't provide me with anything, because I'm not using this side of the map at all anyways. What I'm interested in is all of this over here, so that's where I'm scouting. And you see the build order coming in very nicely here. I have the 4 dwarves on gold, I've got the 4 on wood, and I have 6 on food right up here. And like I said, these guys can be hunting for quite a while up here. I make sure to build more hearses when I got the food right here. And this guy probably gonna go back and build some houses, I imagine. Haven't watched this game since I played it. It's been a week or so ago. This guy's building a house and this guy's building a house. It's Thor versus Hades on Marsh. This is obviously a Thor favorite, but nevertheless, I think this game is very instructive towards the power of my strategy here. Look at Magic's side of things here. He's not... Well, he's clicking Classical Age now, with Ajax out. So this is a good archaic age from him. But you notice he's hunting up here now. He's got 10 villagers. And he's trying to fight back here with Ajax, with the villagers. But as soon as I hit the Classical Age here, you'll notice what he does. Ajax just trying to fend off this attack, but now he knows he's forced to retreat because I've got the Valkyrie incoming plus these 3. So the damage that I deal to Magic here is so big. Not only do I force him off of hunt so that he no longer has access to hunt, he's using so much villager time walking up here and back. And now he's putting all villagers onto wood. This is a really nice move by Magic, honestly. Very, very nice move. I was surprised by the fact that he did this. Because right now he's got no villagers on food, but he doesn't need it. So he's waiting to go on the pigs because they can fatten a bit more before he goes on them. and for now he'll just get the wood that he needs for Chiron and for the military production. But anyways, I am still screwing over his economy. Like, he doesn't want to have an economy like this. This is not what he wants. Meanwhile, obviously on my side, I'm hunting here, getting a lot of dwarves up here, and I'm not even in a rush to get these barracks up because I know that I've got the upper hand right now. Getting the barracks down is nice, but it's not a priority. At least it's not like a super high priority, because I have the map control, and I just need to ensure that my economy is fine. And eventually these barracks will come up, and that'll be good. I am floating a lot of food here, so maybe you could argue that I should have had maybe just 5 on wood and 5 on gold, 5 on food instead. Perhaps it would have been a bit better, but this is fine. I did the damage here, and that's pretty much all that matters right now. Getting raiding cavalry from both of these here, and then throwing axemen from the third. Over on Magic side of things, he's making hoplites and Toxotes. Very, very standard for Hades versus Norse. And he's got so many pigs here, very unusual for March, but he's playing it really safe and he's just going on all these pigs. He does have husbandry. Actually, he came in just now. So he's trying, what Magic is trying here is to just play super defensively, not lose any villagers, and eventually accumulate enough of an army that he will win with restoration when he's got full population. But I don't think he realizes, or maybe he just feels like there's nothing else to do. But on my side of things, my economy is so strong right here. I have 9 dwarves on gold, and now I'm starting to put villagers onto wood as well, because I want a lot of throwing axemen. You notice I'm not spamming a lot of military because I know that I don't need the military. He has already retreated into his base, so I don't need to spam military units because they'll just be idle anyways. Very, very peaceful right now. This guy is building houses, that's good. I have 7 on wood, and very cool, I can put villagers onto these deer here. Eventually they can be a new hunting group. But you notice no fights are occurring here. It's just me pushing him off of hunt, and well, there is going to be a fight here actually. Let's see how this goes. Putting my cavalry on the Toxotes, throwing forest fire here just to do it. He's retreating, and this cow, I want to kill the cow. So I'm microing these raiding cavalry like this, while my hearses are targeting the cow. The cavalry are stopping the cow from retreating. Beautiful. Killing that cow is enough, now I can retreat. Because the hearses are really weak against the Minotaur, so you want to kill that off when you have the chance, and I saw my chance right there, so I take it. The fact that I lose my Valkyrie doesn't matter too much. He's got 2 heroes, and they're very strong against Valkyries, but my hearses are really weak against Minotaur. So I'll definitely take this trade. And, like I've said a bunch of times already, my economy is insanely strong. Let's actually look at the post-game. All resources total. You see? I'm just slowly getting way ahead of him right here in terms of resources. And it's because I'm hunting and he's not. And here, I have a really big army now compared to him. And once again, he's forced to retreat. And while he's retreating, I try to get my cavalry onto his Toxotes so that he loses units while retreating. And as soon as he turns back, usually I will turn back as well. I forgot to put this barracks on my control group or something, because these guys should be with the main group. I think I'll do it now. In terms of economy, I have 8 on wood right here, and I've begun making a new hunting group over there. And even a new gold mine operation. And when you've got such a good economy as I have right here, it is important that you make more longhouses, because if you get to full population and if you get into a big fight, it is important that you can replenish your army very quickly. And for that, you're going to need more than 3 longhouses. Probably 5, 6, even, like I've seen Mr. play another of the goats together with Magic and Magyar. When he plays Norse, he will oftentimes spam like 9 or 10 longhouses, just to ensure that he can have full population even while there is a big fight. But obviously this is Thor in 6.0, his armory is buffed, so I'm making armory upgrades right now. The armory upgrades cost the same as they always have, but they're now researched 50% faster. So it's a really nice buff at this stage of the game, when you have full population and you just want to become stronger really quickly. So for this fight, for example, I have a big army here, more than 30 units, and I can quickly add into the mix 2 armory upgrades as well, with this Thor buff, so that's really cool. But you see Magic, he was he was trying to go up here again, but he quickly realized, I just have too many units, and they have a lot of military upgrades already as well. So even though he has restoration, he's not interested in taking the fight. The big story of this game so far is just that I have been hunting and he hasn't. And honestly, a lot of the power of the strategy here is just the ability for the Thor player to put your opponent off of hunt very, very easily, and being able to hunt while your opponent isn't. That's honestly the big deal with this build here. I am full population though, and I'm getting a new TC here. I got the copper weapons here as well, so all 3 of the first armory upgrades. I stopped military production here, by the way, so I can still continue making villagers. Obviously very important for all civs, but for Norse in particular, because you want that Ragnarok. And Magic is going aggressive here. I think he's tired of just sitting in base and looking at me hunting and stuff. He knows he has to do something, so making a nice little raid here. He's killing 1 or 2 villagers. But while it is a nice raid, it also gives me the option to catch him again. And it's not a fight that he's gonna win, I think. We'll see how it goes. I have so many resources. I could be spamming more armory upgrades here, to be honest. I could be getting... well, I already got Thundering Hooves here. So I'm incredibly strong. Insanely strong here. And he knows he cannot take the fight. I'm at 130 population. He's got Hoplite upgrade, that's nice. Toxicity upgrades as well. But I've got the Thundering Hooves and I got the Armory upgrades, plus an additional 15 population over him. So he turns to fight here, and he uses Restoration, and I think I'll just say, okay, I'll run during the Restoration, and then I'll return again. Right here. Very important that you micro your throwing axemen here. As you can see, I target down his hoplites, and then with my raiding cavalry, I try to snipe down his Toxotes. And I'm doing a really good job of it here. Partly because I've got so many more units than him that it's quite easy for me to do so. So I only have 4 barracks. Optimally, I would have probably 6 here, but I didn't. If I had 6 barracks, I would have full population here, because I would be able to replenish my army quickly, like I said. But because I only have 4, I'm not able to do so. In a game like this, it doesn't matter too much, because I have such a nice advantage over him. But in a closer game, it's the kind of thing that you can do to really gain an even bigger advantage over your opponent. But yeah, I'm just mowing through him. The poor Hades player is totally unable to keep up with the Chad Thor army here. I got bronze weapons as well. I think I'll start to get the bronze mail and bronze shields. You can see me trying desperately. There's a bronze mail upgrade. Getting economy upgrades as well. Like, I have such a good economy. Once again, let's see the post game. All resources total. Like, I'm 2,000 resources ahead of him. And most of it is simply by denying him hunt from the 4 minutes and onwards. So that is really, at the end of the day, that is why this strategy is so good. We can fast forward a bit here. I'm so ahead of him right now. I do a stupid raid here. Take the fight. I think I killed maybe 1 or 2 villagers. But definitely not a worthwhile raid here. But while it's going on, I take his second TC. And I stop military production. I can easily replenish my army now if I want to. For now, I think I'll just focus on getting heroic, I think. You see me trying desperately to get there. He's making Minotaurs too now. It's a good call. Like I said, Norse really struggles to beat the Minotaurs, but because I am so ahead of him right now, I don't think it's gonna do much for him. Really good surround on these Toxotes by me here. And once again, it's just the Thor army beating the poor Hades army. At this stage, I've got 6 armory upgrades. Plus, I've got Thundering Hooves and I've got 3 TCs. And I'm even going Heroic Age through Bragi here. Bragi mostly a flex pick, just because it looks good. It looks cool to go Bragi. But yeah, the game is over. It doesn't matter what I do here. Even grabbing a 4th TC. He's going aggressive here. Nice little try. But I think I hit Heroic and he hits the resign button. Like that. So that's a Thor versus Greek matchup here. And you see, it's really, really effective. This is obviously Marsh. I was able to hunt the entire time. If it was Ghost, Lake, Alfheim, Oasis or something like that, it wouldn't have been nearly as effective. But on Marsh, dude, this is so strong versus Greek. So I'll show you another game. 2 seconds, I'll find it. The next one is going to be against Kimo, playing as Isis. It's going to come right here. So yeah, once again, I'm playing as Thor, and this time my opponent is Kimo. Kimo playing Isis, and it's a 2 giraffe start, meaning 600 hunt. This is not good for the Isis player because, well, I think with a good build order you can actually make something happen, but generally speaking, I think 3 giraffes is better than 2 for the Egyptian player because they can make a really nice classical advance. But with 2 giraffes, it's quite difficult for Kimo. Over on my side, I'll do the exact same thing that I did in that prior video I make, or in the last game. 2 on gold, 3 on food, 1 on wood, 1 on food, 2 on wood, and then more onto food. That's a short story. And you notice my scouting pattern is the exact same as last game. I'm just looking for that good secondary hunt source. I think I go here or here, I'm not sure. But both this and this are good secondary hunt sources for me. So what do I do next? I build the temple, and then I'm going to scout this side of the map. I'm going here. It's a nice little location to go because I've got the pig sticker upgrade, so I can easily take down the elephant. It's a really good source for food, where I don't have to micro them. Like, these guys will just be hunting right here, fully optimized for a long while. And this also, like, actually scouting a bit backwards. I think that's a mistake. Once again, this is a bit of an older game. I think nowadays I would just scout here. I think that's the best thing to do. Either way, 4 on gold, 4 on wood, 6 on food as always. And I have my Herser out and scouting. I can even take down obelisks, like I do here. This is Blue Lagoon, so whenever you get the chance, I like to make these walls here. They're really nice because you can make gates on them, and your opponents can't pass through them. It's not the highest value gate, but it's a nice little trick I like to use. I have a guide on my YouTube as well, how to make these walls if you're interested. But I notice where he's hunting right now, so I know exactly where to send my units. My Ulfsag is out of position. There's no way he's getting over there by the time I advance. But I have 2 Hersers here at least, and the Valkyrie is going to come as well. Even a 3rd Herser actually. See how this goes. Over on Kimo's side, he's only now going Anubis. So, see how he reacts to this. He's fighting back with his villagers and his pharaoh. I can try to snipe down his priest a bit. 3 hearses here, really, really strong, and Kimo's gonna have to regret fighting back here. There's no way it's gonna have to work out. He's fighting back, but I micro my hearses so I don't lose them. Try to see if I can get villager picks on him without losing hearses myself. Oh, I didn't get that villager. Oh, it's really dumb. But I didn't lose hearses either, and I forced a lot of idle time for him, and these guys are going to be healed up right now. Oh man, I'm forcing so much idle time here. It doesn't look like a big win for me, but I think it is really good for me still. Auto-queuing dwarves to gold, so my economy is looking sharp. I'm getting 2 barracks up, and these guys are gonna get healed back up. Over on Kimo's side, he did lose a lot of idle time, like I said. And these villages are easy pickings. If I was a bit luckier, perhaps a bit better with my micro, I could have killed 1 or 2 villagers as well. But you see what Kimo is doing. He's getting 2 dogs out, and he's gonna make Axemen here, I'm sure. Or what is he gonna make? Axemen Spearmen, I suppose? He's been really focused on fighting back here as well. It requires a lot of APM for him to do what he did there, so he hasn't gotten his houses up right now. You see here? He's just desperate to get these up because he's been busy doing other stuff. But yeah, Spearmen and Axemen are the other way around, sorry. Over on my side, I think I have healed these guys back up, and this guy as well. And now, I think in my head I'm just saying his economy must be struggling. And his situation should be really poor compared to mine, given how much idle time his villager has had over here. The Anubites, I'm chasing them with a Valkyrie and a Herser. And over here, he's now retreating. I don't know if he's retreating or, yeah, retreating. There's only 1 gazelle left, so it's not the worst. But yeah, good raid from him here. I'm chasing with a Herser and a Valkyrie. It's pretty good to chase with Valkyries, but the problem is the 2 dogs can actually kill the Valkyrie. So I have a Herser here as well, just to ensure that they don't stop and fight back against the Valkyrie. And now I'm trying to figure out where is he gonna go next with these food villagers he has. Let's look at this fight actually. Like I said, this is where he's stopping to fight my Valkyrie, and I actually make a really nice play here. Kills 1 of his dogs. I don't think he realized I had a Herser coming as well, so he lost the dog there. Really nice win for me. And I don't know if I noticed this, but you can see here in the fog of war, the elephant is moving. And you can even do this little trick here, where this elephant has got HP bar on it, this doesn't. Meaning, the elephant on the left is alive, this one isn't. It's a... I don't know if it's cheating, but everyone does it, so... I guess in that sense it's not cheating. But... I am pretty sure I'll realize that he's over here now, so I'm just sending all of my units there. Raiding cavalry, throwing axemen. As always. And I'm even making Valkyries here. Valkyries are a great addition, especially since he's got dogs in the mix. So the Valkyries are very good against the dogs, and I also think another reason why I want this Valkyrie is to potentially heal this girl back up. Nice little forest fire, finally killing that villager. The forest fire there is partly to do damage to him, but also a lot of it is just to open up the area. It's going to be so much easier for me to fight over here now without this forest here. And now I know exactly what he's doing. So I know where to pressure now. I'm at 95 population. He's at 59. He does have the snakes here, which don't take population 9 of them. Really good god power. Very, very underrated god power, if you ask me. Plague of Serpents. But Forest Fire actually dealt a lot of damage to 4 of them, so that's nice for me. 105 population. He's at 60 still. And now I am healing these girls back up. I'm taking the fight here. I've got so much more population than him, so I can easily do this. I also have 6 hearses, both to deal with the dogs and the serpents. The serpents are myth units, so you need the hearses for these guys. And over here, he's raiding, he's doing a good job. He killed 1 or 2 of my villagers, and I'm forced to now chase them with my Valkyries when I want. I would prefer to heal with them, but I'm now forced to chase instead. Over on this location though, he's hunting still. Bit of a mistake by me to chase for this long, I think. I should probably focus more units over here so he's unable to hunt. Also a lot of low HP villagers for me to take down. See my economy though, it's so strong. And I got the last house built here as well. He's now using prosperity. He's only got 6 villagers on gold. But I think he's desperate for gold right here, Kimo. Yeah, he must be. Like, he's desperate for as many resources as he can get. He wants them right now. So he's using prosperity. He knows he has to defend this location. Kimo is 62 population. I'm at 102. And I'm winning these fights really hard. Just like that. And once again, like, it's not like I do much right here this game. I manage my economy well and I do the build order I'm supposed to do. But at the end of the day, I just do the rush and then I move from one hunt source to the next. And I just ensure that if he wants to hunt, he has to fight for it. So I'll show you one last game. This game will be, this last game here I'll show just to give you an idea of how to counter the strategy. So I played a bunch of games versus Kimo. This is the last one I'm gonna show you. It's once again Thor versus Isis. But this time let's actually look at Kimo, what he's doing. He's playing as Isis. Isis is buffed in 6.0, so the obelisk is very cheap here. Only costs 5 gold. That means that his archaic age is going to be a lot smoother than it would be in 5.0. And you'll see what he does. 3 on food, he's getting hunting dogs obviously, empowering the pharaoh, and he's getting 3 on gold now. Food. Building more obelisks. One of the gold miners goes and builds a monument now, and I think he's just spamming villagers to food, honestly. 7 now. Always ensuring that he's not got 7 or 8 villagers on one caribou. It's very ineffective to do. So try to spread out like Kimo is doing here. Going to a second hunt source here immediately. And let's see. I'm interested in seeing how he gets his temple up here. He's taking 2 villagers and he's getting it up like that. So he's got 7 hunters here, 3 there. He's even getting more hunters now. Now I think he has to start sending on to gold soon, I think. Or wood even. Nevertheless, it's going to be a 420 advance with a monument up. And he's got how many? 5 on food, 9 on food, 4 on gold and 2 on wood. It's a really, really strong archaic age here by Kimo. And over on my side, you know what I'm doing. Exact same thing I'm always doing. At least these days with Thor. I'm trying to go for this rush here. This offside is a bit backwards. Maybe that's a mistake. Either way, I'm seeing where he's hunting. I'm advancing 415, maybe a bit late, I don't know. But this time... this Herser is out of position, that's not good. The build order is actually quite difficult to do quite right all the time. But yeah, he's advancing so early, Kimo. He's got the pharaoh there, the priest there, the dogs, he even has Plague of Serpents ready. So I realize this and I say, well, there's no way I can push him off of hunt right here. So rather than anything else, I'm just building 2 barracks quickly. Raiding cavalry from both, I'm gonna get 3rd barracks, and I'm gonna get throwing axemen from here. I have 7 dwarves on gold, and I'm... this is a shame. Trying to manage my economy. Let's look over on Kimo's side again. He's got full control of this right here. He's got 2 dogs and the pharaoh and a bunch of barracks units here. Very easy for him to defend against my attack here. Especially because the Plague of Serpents is there as well. And there's, once again, interesting use of Prosperity by Kimo. 6 on gold and no empowerment. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just you usually see ISIS players doing it differently. Many more villagers on gold and with empowerment and stuff. But like I said last game, I think this is just something he's doing to get the gold when he really needs it. Like now he needs it to control this area. He wants to hunt here, and he knows there's probably going to be a big fight here. And here it is, the big fight. At least I'm being baited into taking this fight, and I have to retreat here. And he's using Plague of Serpents. Look at the population now. I'm only slightly ahead of him this game. Ever so slightly by 8 population. So this game is a lot worse for me, a lot better for him. And he's able to hunt this entire time. And I just can't accumulate the same advantage I could in the other 2 games. And right now he's taking down my houses, my forward base, because I cannot take a fight against him. He's way too strong. These Anubites with the Pharaoh and all the barracks units around them are just going to win every fight against me. I'm gonna need Frost if I want to beat this army, to be honest. And there's no way I'm getting Heroic Age now, right? I'm so far from it. So I'm just trying to take a fight here, I think, before it gets even worse. Desperate use of Forest Fire, maybe this can deal some damage, I don't know. Look over on Kimo's side. He's got more pop than me. He's even using villagers. This is very smart. He's got villagers nearby and he's using them in this big fight. They can both deal a lot of damage and they can soak up damage from the throwing axemen in particular. And yeah, Kimo winning the fight. And I'm just forced to retreat. I'm at 51 population now. Trying to rebuild my base. This is getting destroyed. Temple up again.
Yeah.
Hunting here. But his army is super strong right now, and his economy is booming as well. He's only, well, he's on 2 TCs, damn. Isn't he? Yeah, he's on 2 TCs. And he's hunting. And he's killing my base. And, you know, everything's just going right for Kimo. Getting out even more dogs is really nice versus Norse, because that just means that you're going to win the fights even more. Like, you probably, even with just 2 dogs, you're probably going to win the fight, but with a 3rd dog, you can go raiding with one if you want, or... Either way, these units are very good against Norse. Even if they are nerfed in 6.0, they're still very strong. Here's me trying to get a good raid off. Actually 7 villagers. Yeah, it's a good raid from me here, but I'm so behind that it doesn't matter. Before long I'm gonna resign here. I'm taking a fight here. I cannot go Heroic Age, so I'm just trying to do something desperately. Getting Throwing Axemen out, getting Ulfsarks out, but the dogs and the Pharaoh, they're too strong against me. Slinger's very good when you can target down the Throwing Axemen. Really good raids here in the end by me. It's a shame I didn't. Maybe if I just retreated back into my base, but then I wouldn't be able to hunt, so yeah. One too many fights lost for me here, so I do give up. So I hope you liked this video. There's 2 good examples of how this strategy is working and 1 good example of how it's countered. Basically, if you want to counter it, you need to advance really fast as well, and you need to be prepared for it. So for Kimo in this instance, it means having Pharaoh and Priest there, and having the dog and the serpents ready as well. So, thanks for checking this video out. I'll see you guys later.